Now, I have a shocking and unsettling story about alleged election fraud from Philadelphia, centered around a debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris that aired on a BC News. Welcome back to the land of the Stoics. There's nothing better than sipping a cup of tea and enjoying videos with us. Wishing you a peaceful day as you embark on this exciting journey. Please, come along and let's dive into number 1. Let's go. This isn't just your typical media story. What I'm about to share involves accusations of rigging, manipulation, and a scandal that could shake public trust in the electoral process. It seems that what a BC News was caught doing may be far more significant than we initially thought. Even a prominent Clinton advisor is now calling for an investigation, though some might find that surprising considering the perception that Donald Trump came out on top in the debate. There are countless accounts on social media, particularly Twitter, and across various news platforms pushing the narrative that Kamala Harris won the debate by a significant margin. Some claim that any rational, intelligent person would agree she was the clear victor. However, these statements seem to contradict not only what many Americans felt, but also what some data is showing. It's easy to dismiss Trump as narcissistic. After all, his critics often label him as someone who can't tolerate negative press. But is there more to this than meets the eye? Let's dig into the facts, or at least what we know so far. Rotten News conducted a focus group with undecided voters to understand who, if anyone, benefited from the debate. The results: a whopping 60% of these undecided voters said they now plan to cast their ballot for Donald Trump. In comparison, only 30% leaned toward Kamala Harris, while the remaining 10% were still unsure. These voters, who were previously on the fence, appeared to lean heavily in Trump's favor after the debate. By simple arithmetic, Trump won by a large margin, 60% vs. 30%. That's double the support Kamala Harris received. Given these figures, it's hard to argue that Trump didn't win the debate. Trump himself was quick to point out what he saw as bias in the debate's moderation. According to him, the moderators from a BC News were far too involved, often cutting him off or interrupting his points. Trump argued that he wasn't just up against Harris, he was battling 3 people on stage. His frustration was palpable. Following the debate, Trump remarked that when a prize fighter loses, the first thing they say is, "I want a rematch." In his view, this is exactly what Kamala Harris did. She reportedly asked for another debate almost immediately after the first one ended, a move Trump interprets as an admission of defeat. In Trump's words, the polls tell the real story. He beat Conad Kamala Harris, as he referred to her, decisively in the debate. Harris, he claimed, should spend more time reflecting on her actions over the past few years rather than trying to secure another debate. There won't be a third question, Trump declared, signaling his unwillingness to engage further unless absolutely necessary. Still, despite Trump's confidence, the real issue at hand may be the behind-the-scenes manipulations that were allegedly orchestrated by a BC News. But before we delve further into these allegations, I want to hear from you in the comments. Type Trump if you think Donald Trump won the debate, and Kamala if you believe Kamala Harris came out on top. Your thoughts matter, and I'm curious to see where the majority stands. Now, back to the core of this scandal. According to a whistleblower from within ABC News, Harris's campaign was provided with sample questions that ended up being the exact questions posed during the debate. Even more alarming, the whistleblower claims that Harris was given assurances that Donald Trump would be fact-checked during the debate, while she would not face the same scrutiny. If true, this paints a disturbing picture of election interference, with a major media outlet potentially favoring one candidate over the other. This isn't just a case of bias. This would be outright cheating, and it constitutes election interference on a grand scale. According to these allegations, Donald Trump was essentially led into a trap with Harris armed with foreknowledge of the questions. Behind the scenes, there may have been a team crafting the debate questions, specifically designed to provoke Trump with carefully timed follow-up questions aimed at pushing him into defensive or angry responses. Even more concerning, Trump was cut off mid-response multiple times, while Harris received what can only be described as softball questions with no challenging follow-up. The whistleblower claims that Harris's team knew about the questions in advance, but they were framed as practice questions to avoid suspicion. Yet, these exact questions were posed by BC moderators David Moir and Lindsay Davis during the live debate. If true, this means Harris had a strategic advantage, walking into the debate fully prepared for what would be asked, while Trump was to face a hostile and biased environment. Even more damning, the whistleblower alleges that Harris's campaign was given a guarantee that Trump would be fact-checked multiple times throughout the debate. And that's exactly what happened. Trump was fact-checked 7 times, while Harris was fact-checked 0 times, despite making over 20 verifiable false statements. You can fact-check this for yourself. It's all out there. Harris wasn't challenged on these points, while Trump was repeatedly put on the defensive. If these allegations are true, ABC News has lost all credibility as an impartial news organization. This would amount to a rigging of the electoral process, with 71 million Americans potentially being disenfranchised by a biased and corrupt media. People have the right to cast their vote based on fair and transparent information, not manipulated narratives or rigged debates. One of the most significant voices calling for accountability in this situation, the Democratic Party. The whistleblower in question must be protected at all costs and encouraged to come forward, as this issue is monumental. If the allegations are true, it would mean that ABC News deliberately manipulated the debate process to favor Kamala Harris, essentially engaging in election interference. This isn't just a matter of unethical journalism. It's a direct attack on the integrity of our democracy. When a media outlet, which is supposed to serve as a neutral watchdog, actively skews debates to benefit a particular candidate, it compromises the very foundation of free elections. What we're talking about here isn't just bias or favoritism. It's systemic rigging that can alter public opinion, change the course of elections, and rob voters of a fair process. If ABC News has been feeding questions to Kamala Harris during debates, the question arises, what else are they doing behind the scenes? This shakes the public's already dwindling trust in major media institutions, which are supposed to inform, not manipulate. If they can rig a debate, can we trust any of their reporting? This is exactly why the whistleblower's claims need to be fully investigated, and the individual must be protected from any retaliation. Mark Penn, A respected political strategist calling for an official investigation signals how serious this situation is. For someone like him to demand such action means there is potentially more beneath the surface than what we see now. If the investigation proceeds and finds truth in these allegations, it could spell serious legal and reputational consequences for ABC News. But it's crucial that people maintain pressure on this issue. Without public demand for accountability, there's always the risk that the story will be buried or swept under the rug. Now, let's not forget what's happening with Donald Trump. Despite the relentless attacks from both the media and political elites, each hit only seems to strengthen his base. Every charge brought against him, every attempt to undermine him, solidifies the support he has garnered. It's becoming clear that the establishment fears what Trump represents. His growing movement threatens their grip on power, and they're desperate to maintain control. However, if history is any indicator, the truth will eventually come out, and when it does, the ramifications will reach far beyond the media. The entire political system, which has allowed such interference to happen, will be forced to reckon with its role in this manipulation. Meanwhile, President Biden's recent actions have left many scratching their heads. While in Pennsylvania, he engaged with a Trump supporter and even put on a Trump 2024 hat, which has raised eyebrows. The White House has claimed it was a gesture of bipartisan unity, but many believe tensions within the Democratic Party. Switching gears to pop culture, Taylor Swift's recent involvement in encouraging voter registration has made waves. Her push for people to visit vote.gov reportedly generated 337,000 visits in just 48 hours. With her immense following, 280 million people globally, it's no surprise that she's a significant influence, especially for Kamala Harris, whom she supports. But let's not get carried away. Many of Swift's followers aren't eligible to vote in the United States, and even within her fan base, there's dissent over her political endorsements. While some experts say Swift's influence might sway younger voters, I think it will ultimately be a fleeting moment. Her endorsement may make headlines, but it's unlikely to have a lasting impact on the election. Lastly, with the election approaching in just 2 months, it's hard not to notice the sudden dip in gas prices. While the media will likely claim it's due to market forces, the timing is suspicious. Gas prices have dropped by about 20 cents per gallon recently, just in time for the election. It feels like a strategic move designed to placate voters, as if they're trying to smooth things over right before people head to the polls. Coincidence? I don't think so. It seems like a calculated effort to make things appear better than they are as election day approaches. If you found this analysis helpful, don't forget to click the like button. Let's make sure the truth gets out. You see, women always have a way to deceive the truth. The following are sweet words that women often use to hide from men. If you are misunderstanding those are sweet words of love, then I want to apologize to you. That you are wrong. Saying it once is love, but saying it too much is deception. Just a little mouse being teased by a cat. Do you understand what I mean? Come on, let's see the classic lies of American women. Firstly, when a woman says, "I'm fine, just a little tired," it can often be more than just a comment on her physical state. In many cases, She's indirectly expressing a desire for something else. Perhaps food, a new handbag, or some stylish clothes. Rather than directly asking for what she wants, she might be hoping that you'll pick up on the signals and make the gesture yourself. She could be feeling a bit underappreciated or neglected, and this is her way of testing whether you'll go the extra mile to make her feel special. Maybe she's had a long day and secretly craves her favorite takeout meal. Or perhaps she's been eyeing a new designer bag or a fashionable outfit that would brighten her mood. When she says she's just a little tired, it's often not fatigue she's referring to, but a desire for something that will give her comfort or joy. This is her subtle way of telling you that a thoughtful gesture, whether it's buying her favorite meal, surprising her with that trendy handbag she's been eyeing, or treating her to some new clothes, could make all the difference. It's not about the material items themselves, but about feeling valued and cared for. When you go out of your way to meet these unspoken needs, it shows that you're paying attention and are willing to invest in her happiness. So, while she might say she's fine, the real message is clear. She's hoping you'll take the initiative and show her that you're tuned into her wants, whether it's with food, a chic bag, or some beautiful new clothes. If you find this video good, please tip me $2 so I can give it to the content writer immediately. If you find it bad, please comment below so I can fire him immediately. The second, when a woman says, "I'm not mad," but then avoids speaking to you all day and actively distances herself, it's a clear sign that her words don't align with her true feelings. In such situations, her silence and avoidance are often louder than the words she spoke. These actions typically suggest that she is upset, but doesn't feel ready or comfortable addressing the issue directly. This can happen for several reasons. First, she may be hurt or frustrated to the point where she needs time to process her emotions. Instead of confronting the situation head-on, she might choose to retreat, giving herself space to calm down before discussing what's really bothering her. Avoidance, in this case, serves as a coping mechanism to prevent saying something she might regret in the heat of the moment. Second, by distancing herself, she may be testing your awareness and emotional intelligence. Women sometimes expect their partner to pick up on nonverbal cues, like body language or silence, as an indication that something is wrong. When she pulls away, she might be hoping you'll recognize that her statement wasn't entirely truthful, and that you'll make an effort to reach out, check on her, and engage in a meaningful conversation. Lastly, her avoidance could stem from a deeper issue in the relationship, like feeling misunderstood or undervalued. In this case, she may choose to shut down instead of discussing her feelings, either because past attempts to communicate have been unproductive or because she's unsure how to express what she's going through. In any case, the best approach is to address the situation with patience and care. Showing genuine concern, asking her how she really feels, and being open to hearing her thoughts can help break down the wall of silence. Next, the phrase, "I'm just going out with some friends," can take on a much more deceptive tone if it's being used to cover up more serious secrets. In a scenario where she's actually going to a bar with some guys, or even meeting up with an ex-boyfriend, this statement becomes more than just a white lie. It's a deliberate attempt to hide her actions. The bar setting, especially if alcohol is involved, adds another layer of complexity, as it may create opportunities for inappropriate behavior that she doesn't want her partner to know about. In this case, her use of the phrase serves to keep her partner in the dark about what's really going on. She may be engaging in behavior that crosses boundaries or betrays the trust in the relationship. Meeting an ex or spending time in an environment where there's temptation, like a bar, could indicate that she's not being completely faithful, either emotionally or physically. These are not just minor secrets, but rather deep, harmful ones that could cause serious damage if revealed. Her ability to keep these darker secrets from her partner shows that she may be skilled in manipulation or hiding the truth, leaving her partner unaware of her true intentions. Over time, these hidden actions could pile up, creating a web of lies that could eventually unravel and expose the truth. When someone deliberately conceals key details, such as who they're with or where they're going, it not only undermines the relationship, but also signals a lack of respect and honesty. If these secrets involve ex-lovers or ongoing flirtations, it can signify that she's emotionally checked out of the relationship, raising serious questions about trust and loyalty. Number 4. When a woman says, "I love this gift," but deep down feels indifferent or unimpressed, it's often a polite cover-up to avoid hurting her partner's feelings. I bet your gift was either really bad or, in her eyes, the cheapest one she's ever received. Her reluctance to show genuine excitement can be a clue. If she truly liked the gift, she would likely be overwhelmed with joy, exclaiming, "Wow," and probably hugging, kissing, or even continuously admiring the gift. Her reaction would be more spontaneous, filled with excitement, and you'd notice her face light up immediately. Instead of just giving a simple compliment, she'd be emotionally attached to the present, showing her enthusiasm by holding it, using it, or even bringing it up in conversation multiple times. In contrast, when someone gives a half-hearted "I love this gift," it often lacks real emotion, feeling more like a polite obligation than genuine joy. This polite lie is a way to soften the blow, but it can be a clear signal that the gift didn't hit the mark. True appreciation usually comes with more than just words. It's in the energy, the actions, and the connection to the gift. So, if all you get is "I love this gift" without any further excitement, she might just be sparing your feelings while wishing for something a little more meaningful or thoughtful. Number 5. When someone says, "My phone died," it can often be a convenient excuse used to avoid calls or texts, especially when they simply don't want to respond. Picture this. You try calling your wife, expecting a quick reply, but instead you're met with radio silence. Hours later, she casually mentions, "Oh, sorry, my phone died." While it seems innocent, in the back of your mind, the thought lingers. What if there's something more? Could it be that another man turned off her phone, ensuring she stayed unreachable? The unsettling idea gnaws at you. Now, it's important to note that most of the time, "my phone died" is genuinely just a harmless excuse. Phones do run out of battery, after all. But in moments of doubt, especially when there are other signs of secrecy or distance, this simple phrase can take on a more sinister meaning. When trust is wavering, something as small as a dead phone can fuel insecurities. You might wonder, why wasn't the phone charged? Why didn't she have a charger handy? Was there a reason she didn't want to talk? And the worst thought, could someone else be involved? At the end of the day, communication is key in any relationship. If something feels off, it's crucial to have an open and honest conversation. Trust isn't built or broken over a dead phone. It's about how both partners handle these moments of doubt and uncertainty. Number 6. When she says, "I don't want anything. You don't have to do anything special for me." It's often a subtle test of your attention and affection. Despite her words, what she may really want is to feel valued and cherished. In this moment, the best thing you can do is give her some space. Sometimes, leaving her alone allows her to process her emotions and reflect on her desires. By not pressing her for more or overcompensating with grand gestures, you're showing respect for her boundaries. She may be feeling overwhelmed, unsure of how to express her real needs, or simply looking for quiet time to reset. Leaving her alone doesn't mean you're ignoring her. Instead, it's a chance for you to show patience and understanding. A small, thoughtful gesture later on, like a handwritten note, a simple bouquet of flowers, or her favorite snack waiting for her, could be the perfect way to show you care without overwhelming her. Giving her time and space in this situation might also strengthen your relationship. It shows that you can listen and respond to her emotional cues, even when they're not spoken outright. By respecting her words, but also being attentive in subtle ways, you're letting her know that you're there for her, no matter how she's feeling. Sometimes, doing nothing special can be the most meaningful action of all. The thing you hear most often is this 7th saying. The phrase, "I'm on my way," seems harmless at first, but it's one of those little white lies that can end up costing you precious time. When she says this, she's probably still getting out of bed or just starting to think about getting ready. This classic line is meant to give the illusion that she's already on her way when, in reality, she's far from it. Maybe she's just stepped out of the shower, staring at her closet, wondering what to wear, or, worse yet, she hasn't even started getting ready. The truth is, only a Navy guy would believe her right away. This delay can turn a simple meetup into an hour-long waiting game. Instead of telling you she's running late or just not ready yet, the comforting but misleading "I'm on my way" keeps you hopeful. As you wait at your meeting spot or eagerly watch the clock, time slips by. She knows the power of this line, and it's often used to buy her more time while keeping you in the dark. It's not meant to be mean-spirited, but it's definitely a sneaky way to keep things on her own schedule. So, next time you hear "I'm on my way," don't be fooled. Take a deep breath, grab a snack, and settle in, because you've likely got a bit more time than you think before she actually arrives. In conclusion, there are countless little lies women tell that you probably hear all the time, and it's best not to take them at face value, especially when it comes to wise and powerful women like Kamala Harris. Now, let me be clear. This isn't about questioning her leadership skills, whether she's great or not. That's entirely up to personal opinion, but take a moment to think about the bigger picture and look at what she's done for society. Sometimes, it's not just about the words, but the actions that matter most. So, as you navigate through life and relationships, remember to stay sharp and trust your instincts over any sweet talking or vague promises. Be mindful of the bigger game at play, whether it's in politics, personal relationships, or anywhere else. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Let's keep the conversation going. And ever get the feeling that you're being played? Like there's some kind of secret language women speak and you're just not in on it? Trust me, I've seen too many guys get their hearts crushed, their time wasted, and their lives turned upside down, all because they fell for the same tricks over and over again. But today, we're going to change that. We're breaking down the 13 biggest deceptions women use, tactics that can cost you your time, money, and dignity. But don't worry, once you know what to look out for, you'll be immune to these games. So, stick with me, and let's get into it. Deception 1. The too busy excuse. You send her a message. You see that it's been delivered, maybe even read, but no reply. Hours go by, then days. Finally, she hits you with, "Oh, sorry, I've been so busy." Sound familiar? Here's the reality. When someone's interested, they make time. She could be juggling work, friends, and family. But if she really likes you, she'll find a way to let you know. I had a friend who was always giving a girl the benefit of the doubt with her slow replies. Turns out, she was entertaining other guys on the side. Don't fall for the excuses. If she's leaving you hanging, it's time to move on. Deception 2. The "you're too good for me" line. This one might feel like a compliment at first. You think she's saying you're some kind of catch. But the truth, it's a soft rejection. She's essentially saying you're not what she's looking for, but she's trying to let you down easy. I've seen this line destroy guys' confidence, making them feel like they're the problem, when, really, she's just not that into them. Remember, someone who genuinely wants to be with you won't try to push you away. Don't let this line string you along. Recognize it for what it is and walk away with your self-respect intact. Deception 3. Looks don't matter to me. How many times have you heard this? I don't care about looks or money. But let's get real. Appearance, status, and success do matter. It's not about being materialistic. It's human nature. People are drawn to those who stand out, who excel, and who offer stability. There's science behind it. Women are often subconsciously attracted to those who can provide and protect. It's not just about being a millionaire. It's about showing that you have drive and ambition. Don't believe the words. Watch the actions. She'll always be drawn to the best version of you that you can put forward. Deception 4. It meant nothing. I still love you. This one's a gut punch. If she's cheated and says it didn't mean anything, she's playing with fire and your heart. Cheating always has a reason behind it, whether it's dissatisfaction, boredom, or simply seeing an opportunity. It's never as harmless as it's made out to be. I've seen this lie ruin relationships because the guy convinces himself it was a one-time mistake. But once the trust is broken, it's nearly impossible to get back to where you were. Don't let this lie blindside you. If someone's been unfaithful, take it as the wake-up call it is, and decide what you truly deserve. Deception 5. I'm not ready for anything serious. This line is the ultimate letdown. She says she's not looking for anything serious, but if Mr. Right walked into her life, she'd be ready in a heartbeat. This isn't about timing, it's about interest level. If she really saw a future with you, she'd make room for it, no matter what else is going on. I've known guys who wasted years waiting for someone who kept saying they weren't ready. Then suddenly, she was all in with someone else. The takeaway: don't stick around hoping she'll change her mind. If she's not ready for something serious with you, it's time to be serious about finding someone who is. Deception 6. I've never felt like this before. This one's designed to make you feel like you're the exception, the one who's finally broken through her walls. But often, it's just another line, a way to keep you invested. I've seen this used on multiple guys at the same time, each one convinced he was the special one. It's a tactic to keep you hooked, to keep you trying harder, because who doesn't want to feel like they're unique? The truth is, words are just that, words. Look at how she treats you, not just what she says. If she's not backing up her words with actions, it's just noise. Deception 7. I'm just looking for something casual. This is a tricky one, because it's often used to keep you on standby. She wants the attention without the commitment, and as soon as someone else catches her eye, you're left in the cold. I've seen too many guys get caught up in this cycle, thinking if they just hang on a little longer, things will get serious. The reality is, if she's not prioritizing you now, she's not going to suddenly change her mind. If you're looking for more than just a casual fling, make sure she's on the same page, or you'll just end up wasting your time. Deception 8. I need space. This one can feel like a slow death for a relationship. Sometimes, space is necessary. People need time to sort through their emotions or deal with their own issues. But often, it's a slow fade, a way to distance herself without having to outright say it's over. I've seen it time and again. She says she needs space, and the next thing you know, she's disappeared completely. If she's constantly asking for space, it's time to reassess what's really going on. Someone who genuinely wants to be with you won't need that much distance. Don't let this line keep you hanging on. Deception 9. I'm different from other girls. This one's meant to make her seem special, like she's not into the usual games. But actions speak louder than words. Everyone wants to be seen as unique. But if her behavior doesn't back up her claims, it's just another line. I've seen this used to create an illusion of exclusivity, to make you think you're dealing with someone unlike anyone else. But if her actions are the same as everyone else's, then she's not the exception. She's just part of the same pattern. Don't be fooled by the packaging. Watch what she does, not just what she says. Deception 10. I'm not like other girls. This phrase is designed to make her stand out, to make you believe she's a unicorn in a world of sameness. But let's be real, if she has to say it, chances are she's not showing it. This is often a way to justify questionable behavior or to keep you intrigued by suggesting that she operates on a different set of rules. The reality is, genuine uniqueness doesn't need to be broadcasted. It's shown through actions. Watch how she handles challenges, how she treats others, and how consistent she is with her words. If it doesn't align, it's just another line to keep you hooked. Deception 11. I don't want to ruin our friendship. This one is the classic friend zone move. She values your company, enjoys your attention, but doesn't want anything more, and she uses this line to keep you in her orbit without giving you a real chance. It's a delicate trap because it plays on your desire to be close to her, even if it's not in the way you want. I've seen many guys hang around, hoping the friendship will blossom into something more, only to be disappointed when she starts dating someone else. If you're looking for more than friendship, be upfront about it. Don't let this line keep you in limbo. Deception 12. I'm over my ex. She says she's over her past, but every now and then, he sneaks back into the conversation. Maybe she keeps tabs on him through social media, or worse, still reaches out. This is a huge red flag because it means she's not fully present with you. I've seen relationships where the shadow of an ex looms over everything, creating doubt and insecurity. If she's truly over her past, her actions will reflect that. But if she's still hung up, it's a sign that she's not ready to fully commit to someone new. Don't let yourself be a rebound or a placeholder for someone still stuck in their past. Deception 13. I don't need a man. While independence is a great quality, sometimes this line is used to mask vulnerability or to push you away. It's her way of asserting control, of not wanting to seem too eager or needy. But in reality, everyone needs connection, support, and companionship. This line can create distance and make you feel like she's not interested, even if deep down she is. I've seen it used as a defense mechanism to avoid getting hurt or to maintain the upper hand. Understand that real connection requires openness and vulnerability from both sides. If she keeps insisting she doesn't need anyone, it might be her way of keeping you at arm's length. Now you've got a full arsenal of knowledge about the most common deceptions women might use. It's not about becoming jaded or distrusting every word that's said. It's about recognizing patterns and staying one step ahead. Relationships are meant to be mutual, respectful, and honest. When you see through the games and know what to watch for, you put yourself in a position of power. You get to choose who deserves your time, who's worth investing in, and who's just playing around. Remember, you deserve someone who's all in, someone who values you and matches your energy. So keep these lessons close, trust your instincts, and always aim for what's real. After reflecting on the 13 biggest lies women tell, have you started to see what you've missed? Could it be that you've fallen for sweet words without realizing the deeper truths behind them? This brings us to the pivotal question: why did she really reject you? The truth is, a woman's rejection isn't always wrapped in the reasons she gives. Sometimes, it's about deeper things like a clash of values or an absence of genuine connection. The bitter truth high-value men must hear is about learning to read between the lines, uncovering the truth, and facing it head-on. By understanding and accepting this reality, you can prepare yourself to respond more wisely in future relationships, avoiding the same pitfalls you once overlooked. Are you ready to embrace that truth? Why she turned you down. It's time to confront the harsh reality behind her rejection. This isn't your typical advice. It's the brutal truth that every high-value man needs to hear. Imagine decoding her reasons and transforming every no into a powerful yes next time. If you're ready for a reality check, stick with me because in the next few minutes, I'm going to change the way you see yourself and your interactions forever. The authenticity paradox: why your nice guy act is killing your chances. Your desire to be the nice guy is more of a hindrance than you might realize. You've probably been told that being kind, agreeable, and always accommodating is the key to winning a woman's heart. But here's the bitter truth: your relentless pursuit of niceness is precisely what's sabotaging your chances in the world of dating and relationships. Authenticity isn't just a buzzword. It's the foundation of genuine attraction. Women can sense when you're putting on a facade, and nothing kills attraction faster than a man who's afraid to show his true self. Let's dive deeper into this paradox. Picture this. You're on a date, and she mentions something you don't particularly agree with. Instead of voicing your thoughts, you nod along, perhaps even forcing a laugh at her jokes that don't quite land. You're thinking, if I just keep agreeing, she'll like me more. But in reality, you're only digging yourself deeper into the friend zone. Why? Because you're not being authentic. You're morphing into whatever you think she wants, and that's not what women are drawn to. They want a man who stands firm in his beliefs, who isn't afraid to challenge them or offer a different perspective. Your attempt to be agreeable at all costs comes across as insincere and, quite frankly, unappealing. So, stop being nice. Comment, stop being nice to remind yourself. Women crave authenticity because it signifies strength and confidence. They want someone who isn't afraid to disagree, who can engage in a meaningful conversation without the fear of losing their interest. Imagine you're at a social gathering and everyone's sharing their opinions on a hot topic. You, in an effort to be liked, go along with the majority even though you don't really agree. What does this say about you? It says that you value being liked over being respected. It says that you're more concerned with fitting in than standing out. But here's the thing, high-value men don't shy away from expressing their true opinions. They don't seek validation by agreeing with everyone around them. Instead, they understand that their authenticity is what sets them apart, what makes them magnetic. Take a moment to reflect on this. When was the last time you let your true thoughts and feelings come to the surface? Even if it meant facing some friction, if you're always playing it safe, always trying to be the nice guy, you're not giving anyone the chance to know the real you. And without that genuine connection, you're not going to forge the deep, meaningful relationships you're hoping for. Women respect a man who's comfortable in his own skin, someone who isn't constantly seeking approval or molding himself to fit others' expectations. They want a partner who is secure enough to disagree, who's willing to risk a little tension in order to stay true to himself. Now, let's bring this back to everyday life. Think about the modern workplace. Imagine a colleague who always agrees with the boss, no matter what. Initially, it might seem like they're the boss's favorite, but over time, everyone, including the boss, starts to see through the act. They realize that this person isn't adding any real value. They're just echoing what they think others want to hear. Contrast that with the colleague who respectfully disagrees, who offers fresh perspectives, and who isn't afraid to voice their concerns. Who do you think ends up being more respected, more trusted? The same principle applies in relationships. So, here's the lesson. Stop hiding behind the mask of the nice guy. It's time to embrace your true self, flaws and all. Authenticity is what makes you attractive. It's what sets you apart as a high-value man. Remember, genuine connections are built on honesty and mutual respect, not on a carefully curated image of who you think you should be. Start showing up as the real you, and you'll find that not only will women respond more positively, but you'll also feel more confident and fulfilled in your relationships. What are you willing to risk to stay true to yourself? This is the question that every high-value man must answer, and in doing so, you'll discover that the path to real connection is through authenticity, not through an artificial display of niceness. Embrace who you are, speak your truth, and watch how your relationships transform for the better. After all, in the journey of life and love, It's the real you that deserves to be seen and appreciated. Are you ready to take off your mask and be true to yourself? If so, comment, "I'm ready," to show your readiness. Ready. The scarcity mindset. Your hidden desperation is showing, and the push-pull technique. In the words of Stoic philosopher Epictetus, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This wisdom holds profound relevance in relationships. Understanding why she rejected you demands an honest examination of your mindset and behavior. This process not only fosters personal growth, but also leads to the true stoic happiness that comes from within. High-value men often face the harsh reality that their perceptions of themselves and their interactions with women shape their experiences. It's time to confront the scarcity mindset, the belief that desirable women are rare and that any opportunity with them must be seized desperately. This mindset, whether recognized or not, broadcasts a clear signal to those around you, and women, in particular, detect it swiftly. Like a shark, sensing blood in the water, women pick up on the underlying anxiety and overcompensation that screams, "I don't believe I have options." Scarcity doesn't only manifest as overt desperation, but leaks through in subtler ways, such as overly eager planning, incessant texting, or agreeing to last-minute dates. These actions, though seemingly benign, communicate, "You're my only chance at happiness, and I'm willing to do anything to keep you." This approach contradicts the Stoic lesson of maintaining inner calm and self-assurance, even in the face of rejection. To transform your interactions and regain control over your dating life, you must shift from a scarcity mindset to one of abundance. High-value men recognize that the world is full of possibilities, and that their worth isn't defined by the approval of a single person. This isn't about playing the field or being a player, but understanding your intrinsic value and knowing that your happiness isn't tied to any one relationship. When you internalize this truth, everything changes. Your energy shifts from desperation to relaxed confidence, making you paradoxically more attractive. Women are drawn to men who are secure in themselves, who don't overinvest emotionally, and who are content with who they are. This brings us to a crucial concept in attraction. High-value men intuitively balance showing interest with maintaining independence. Pull isn't about manipulation. It's about creating engaging interactions that keep her emotionally invested. For example, showing interest with a compliment and then pulling back slightly, like saying, "You're interesting to talk to," followed by, "Too bad, I can only stay for one more drink," creates a dynamic that is more engaging than a constant stream of attention. Remember, the push-pull technique is not about withholding affection in a disingenuous way, but about cultivating the self-assurance to maintain your own life and priorities. High-value men understand the importance of pacing and not laying all their cards on the table at once. They maintain an element of mystery that keeps women intrigued. In today's world of instant communication, the temptation to always be available can dilute the impact of your presence. High-value men appreciate the value of space, both physical and emotional, in maintaining attraction. They know that sometimes less is more, and that by not always being at her beck and call, they create an aura of independence and self-sufficiency that is incredibly appealing. In conclusion, if you've ever wondered why she rejected you, consider whether it was about you as a person or the energy you projected. Did you come from a place of scarcity or abundance? Did you maintain a balance between showing interest and keeping your independence? By embracing stoic principles and adopting an abundance mindset, you can transform not only your dating life but also your overall approach to relationships. Remember, true stoic happiness comes from remaining calm, confident, and self-assured, regardless of external circumstances. So, the next time you face rejection, take a step back, reflect on your mindset, and ask yourself, am I living according to the stoic principles I value, or am I letting fear and desperation guide my actions? The answer to this question might hold the key to your future success in relationships. The masculine edge, embracing polarity in a world of blurred lines. In a world where masculinity and femininity are increasingly intertwined, many men struggle to connect with their masculine core, resulting in diminished confidence and attraction. Understanding that masculinity isn't about outdated stereotypes, but about embracing the innate energy that naturally draws people in is crucial. True attraction is driven by polarity. When you try to match her in every way, you dilute the very tension that sparks desire. Women aren't looking for a mirror image of themselves. They seek a complement, a strong, confident counterpart who enhances their own qualities, much like the sun complements the moon. Consider your own life for a moment. Have you noticed how women respond when you stand tall, move with purpose, and speak with conviction? Physical presence is a fundamental aspect of masculine energy. It's not about being the tallest person in the room, but about carrying yourself with confidence, strength, and purpose. Your body language should radiate assurance and command respect. This isn't something you can fake. It comes from a deep understanding of yourself and embracing your strengths. Decision-making is another vital element of masculine energy. In an age where everyone is encouraged to weigh every option and analyze every angle, indecision can undermine attraction. Women respect a man who can take charge, make decisions, and stand by them, even if they're not perfect. This doesn't mean you should be reckless, but confident in your ability to lead. For example, if you and your partner are planning a trip, she might value your input, but she'll feel more secure and attracted if you confidently suggest a destination and plan the itinerary, rather than leaving all the decisions to her. Let's address protection. Modern men might shy away from this concept, fearing it could seem controlling. However, true protection involves providing a safe space emotionally and physically without being overbearing. It means being someone she can rely on when things get tough. Imagine she's had a rough day at work. Instead of overwhelming her with solutions, you listen, offer support, and make her feel safe. This is genuine masculine energy, strength without overreach, protection without control. Challenges are inevitable, and your response to them reveals much about your masculine energy. Facing challenges head-on, showing resilience in adversity, and maintaining composure under pressure all enhance your attractiveness. Women are drawn to men who handle stress and obstacles effectively because it signals reliability and strength. Reflect on a difficult situation you faced. How you managed it likely shaped how others perceive you. If you approached it with courage and determination, you probably earned respect and admiration. Sexual confidence is another misunderstood aspect of masculinity. It's not about being aggressive, but about being comfortable with your desires and expressing them in a respectful manner. Being unapologetic about your sexuality while ensuring she feels valued and respected is a fine balance, but incredibly powerful. Women are attracted to men who are sure of themselves and their desires, but who also know when to respect boundaries. Emotional stability is perhaps one of the most underrated aspects of masculinity. Being a stable presence in difficult times doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means processing them maturely and being someone she can rely on. Emotional stability fosters a sense of security, essential for building a deep, lasting connection. Picture her going through a personal crisis. She needs to know she can count on you to remain calm, collected, and supportive, rather than adding to the chaos with your own emotional turmoil. The status paradox. Why your job title doesn't matter, but status does. Here's a hard truth every high-value man must grasp. The status you've been chasing through job titles and paychecks isn't what truly matters. While a prestigious title and a hefty bank account might attract attention, they don't win the heart of a woman who's truly worth your time. This brings us to the status paradox, a concept rooted in stoicism that could revolutionize your view on attraction. In today's world, it's not your job title or wealth that draws people in. It's the genuine status that comes from being a man of substance, a man who lives by stoic principles. Here's the twist. Real status isn't about what you own, but about who you are at your core. Consider this scenario. Picture two men, one who constantly brags about his achievements, flaunts his latest acquisitions, and name drops at every opportunity. Now, envision the other man, who radiates confidence without any need to prove himself. He has passions beyond his career, shows respect to everyone regardless of their status, and earns respect through his actions rather than his words. Which man truly represents high-status behavior? It's evident, isn't it? The man who embodies stoic principles, confidence, respect, and substance, demonstrates what real high status looks like. True attraction comes not from external accolades, but from internal qualities that reflect your genuine self. The first man is trapped in a low-status mindset, perpetually seeking validation from external sources. In contrast, the second man embodies true status through quiet confidence, self-assurance, and an unwavering sense of purpose unaffected by others' opinions. Now, consider a concept that may surprise you. You could be a janitor and still display high-status traits that make you incredibly appealing. Conversely, being a CEO won't make you attractive if you're constantly seeking approval. This highlights the essence of the stoic mindset. Internal status is what truly matters. Internal status is that unshakable sense of self-worth that isn't tied to your job title, income, or others' opinions of you. It stems from living a purposeful life, focused not on impressing others, but on bettering yourself and aligning with your values. It's about treating everyone with respect, not because of their status, but because it's the right thing to do. Reflect on this. When you embody these qualities, you naturally become a man of high status, one who doesn't need to boast about achievements because his mere presence is impressive. This is the kind of man women are genuinely drawn to, not for what he has, but for who he is. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, encapsulated this perfectly. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. This quote captures the essence of focusing on your inner qualities. those that define true value and inspire others through character rather than wealth or position. So, the next time you find yourself relying on your job title or bank account to impress a woman, pause and ask yourself, am I trying to impress her with what I have, or am I inspiring her with who I am? This question isn't just for reflection, it's a call to action. Shift your focus from external validation to internal growth, from seeking approval to commanding respect. Embracing this stoic mindset will reveal that true status isn't defined by your job title, but by the man you become. That's what will make you truly irresistible. It's time to stop chasing superficial markers and start becoming the man of value you are meant to be, one whose status is defined by character and integrity. This truth is crucial for high-value men and will lead to genuine success in relationships and beyond. Embrace stoic principles and let them guide you toward lasting value. The journey may be challenging, but it's worth every step. As Epictetus wisely said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. How will you respond to this truth? And how will you redefine status to shape the man you aspire to be? The value equation: why self-improvement is your ultimate attraction strategy. Men are disturbed, not by things, but by the views which they take of them. This profound insight from the Stoic philosopher Epictetus highlights the essence of what we're about to explore, the hard truth behind rejection, and why high-value men need to internalize this lesson. Self-improvement isn't just about enhancing your appeal to others. It's about embodying Stoic principles and achieving true Stoic happiness by refining your inner self. Picture a man dedicated to self-growth, not to impress others, but because he understands that his worth lies in his personal development and authenticity. This is the core of the value equation. Your attractiveness is the sum of your continuous growth and your authentic self. The hard truth many overlook is that genuine attraction transcends superficial techniques and external changes. It's rooted in your relentless pursuit of becoming the best version of yourself while remaining true to who you are. Continuous growth forms the bedrock of this equation. It's not about becoming someone you're not. Rather, it's about evolving into the best version of yourself. This journey demands stepping out of your comfort zone, acquiring new skills, expanding your knowledge, and pushing your limits. It's about refining your character through life's challenges, recognizing that each experience, whether positive or negative, strengthens and shapes you into a more resilient individual. True self-improvement is a journey of internal growth that reflects in your external presence. It's not about changing who you are to fit a mold, but about enhancing who you are through continuous personal development. Embracing this stoic mindset allows you to become genuinely attractive by focusing on authentic growth and resilience rather than superficial adjustments. But growth alone isn't enough. Embracing your authentic self is equally crucial. This means having the courage to accept and celebrate who you are, quirks and all. It's about understanding your core values, living by them, and being comfortable with your flaws while actively working to improve them. Authenticity involves expressing your true thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment and having the strength to be vulnerable in a world that often views vulnerability as a weakness. When you combine continuous growth with authenticity, you become a man of true value, one who is not just attractive but magnetic. You attract people not because of a facade, but because of the genuine value you offer in every interaction. In today's world, where social media often emphasizes superficial achievements and instant gratification, it's easy to forget that lasting attraction is rooted in authentic self-improvement. High-value men recognize that their worth is not tied to others' opinions, but to their own relentless pursuit of growth. They understand that rejection doesn't define them. Instead, it's a minor obstacle on their journey to greatness. A high-value man doesn't falter in the face of rejection because he knows his value is intrinsic and unwavering. So, how can you embody this mindset in practical terms? Start by setting ambitious personal goals unrelated to dating. Cultivate a diverse array of interests and skills that challenge and excite you. Regularly push yourself out of your comfort zone, for true growth happens in discomfort. Surround yourself with individuals who challenge and inspire you to be better, and practice radical honesty with yourself and others. Reflect on your progress regularly and be willing to adjust your course as needed to stay aligned with your values and objectives. High-value men aren't born, they're self-made. They understand that true attractiveness goes beyond physical appearance or financial success. It's about being on a mission of constant self-improvement. Rather than focusing on winning her approval, concentrate on becoming a man who is impossible not to admire. When you genuinely value yourself and commit to ongoing growth, rejection becomes irrelevant. It's merely an opportunity for further refinement on your path to becoming your best self. As we've delved into why she might have rejected you, remember that understanding and embracing these hard truths can lead to profound personal growth and a more resilient mindset. These stoic life lessons are meant to guide you toward becoming the high-value man you aspire to be. By applying these principles to your daily life, you'll not only enhance your relationships, but also discover greater happiness within yourself. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. How do you plan to integrate these stoic principles into your life? Are there specific areas where you see opportunities for growth or changes in mindset? Share your insights and experiences in the comments below. If you found this content valuable and want to dive deeper into the journey of self-improvement and authentic living, don't miss the recommended video on the screen. It offers additional strategies and tips to help you continue refining yourself and embracing the principles we discussed. This video will provide more actionable advice on how to implement these lessons in various aspects of your life, ensuring you stay on the path to becoming the best version of yourself. Your feedback and engagement are crucial, so feel free to let me know how these stoic lessons are influencing your approach to personal development. Thank you for watching and being part of this community. I look forward to hearing how these insights are making a difference in your life and supporting your journey toward genuine growth and fulfillment.